is sponsored by Deja Vu by Beyonce. It's 16 years old. I
Oh
was
wow.
18 when that song came out. Um, I think this is my own personal humble opinion.
Mm,
Um, Deja Vu is top three songs of Beyonce, hands down.
100%.
And the live version on the Homecoming album is also in the top 10 list. I would put both versions of the song in the top 10 list.
Yes,
Um I don't there's I mean she ate a magic cookie that day.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
There's no better song, I think. Um anyways, Beyonce, come on the pod.
Beyonce.
Beyonce. You know, she was in France, in Paris, this
Hmm.
week, and she was out and about walking, and people are like, Beyonce, like on Partition. Is it Partition?
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, I was like, that's where she got it from. Welcome to You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Adrian and Julie here. Julie, um, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It is live in the morning. Well, we're not
Hmm.
live when people are listening to this, but you and I are live because
Yes.
I see you and you see me and we're talking to each other at the same
Right.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Your
You
hair, did I
know,
tell you last time your hair looks great? You went
you
to the
didn't.
salon. No, you got it redone.
I did. I did. Thank you. Thank you.
What is the name of the color that you get so people at
It
home know?
it's a brand from I get it from Sally's. It's an argan oil brand and the color is pure purple.
Oh,
Yeah.
inject
Thank you.
inject my veins with it. Pure purple. If your favorite color in the world is purple,
Uh,
you need to come and look at Julie's hair because guess what? It's pure purple. Now how long did that take?
I got there at 8:30 in the morning and I left at 1:45 in the afternoon.
You got there at 8:30 in the morning and left at 1:45 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And you go to the same person every time.
Yes.
And how long have you been seeing that person?
Since I was 18. We went to high school together.
Oh, you went to high school together.
And she straight out of high school went to cosmetology school. And as soon as she had her license, I started going to her. And I've been going to her ever since.
And does she hook it up with a discount? Like for
You know,
you,
she
not.
doesn't. She doesn't. But she's a hustler and
Right. And I'm sure it's
good for her.
expensive.
Oh, and it's time. Oh, I tell her every time. I'm like, I am so glad you exist because I don't have the patience to do
Hmm.
something like that. I don't have the physical strength to do
But you
something
have
like
the
that.
patience to sit in the chair, I'm assuming.
I mean, but it's like, oh, it's meticulous and it's sectioning pick pieces of hair and the foil and the bleach and then it's math, she has to, with some ounce of bleach and some ounce of powder. It's like a whole thing.
Hmm.
It's a whole thing. And then she has to wash it, then she has to dry it, then she has to re-dye it. It's like a whole thing. And what's up
And
with toner? Do we understand toner? Because I don't,
uh-huh.
and I wouldn't know how to use it. I would understand it.
What does
I'm
it
just gonna pay
do? Or what?
her.
I mean, I guess you don't know,
So
but
she bleaches it first, and then she puts toner, which I think evens out the hair color to like a different color.
could she just be saying that you need it when you don't really need it and then charging you extra just
No,
so?
everyone uses
Oh,
toner. It's like a
okay.
thing.
I don't know.
After you bleach, like you have to tone your hair.
I use a toner on my face.
Right. So do I. So do I.
And what does it
Yeah,
do? I don't know.
that's
The
a great
man at Sephora
question.
told me I should do it, and I said, okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I mean, she's lovely, and honestly, it doesn't feel like that long when I go to her because
right.
we shit talk all the time and we
Uh-huh.
catch up on stuff, and it's lovely. It's a
Uh-huh.
lovely time. And then sometimes we've like talked ourselves out and she'll let me read and then
Ah.
we'll pick it up again. It's great times, but
And
long
and
times.
and where is she located? It's in Orange
In
County,
Brea.
in
Hmm.
Brea.
Hmm.
And how often do you go to do this?
Well, I should go more often, but this last time I went, we realized it had been a year since I had
Oh.
gone. I just let my hair grow out, my roots grow.
Uh-huh.
I do want to go more often though, because I do feel like it'll be less time. If we're
Uh-huh.
just going to touch up the root, like it's going to be less
Uh-huh.
time.
Uh-huh. And would it be
Um,
less expensive?
yeah, well, because she charges by hour, then plus the product and like all this stuff. So,
Got
yeah,
it.
I'm assuming if she takes less time, it'll be less expensive. Because right now I do pay quite a hefty buck for
And what
it.
does she recommend? Like come in every 2 months, every three
Every
months?
three. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So we're gonna
Wow.
try. She said she'll text me, like reminder if
Wait, why
you're.
can't you just add it to your calendar?
I won't do it. I'll look at it. I'll know that it's a thing.
Uh-huh.
But if she
Uh-huh.
texts me, then we'll have to have a conversation about it.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be easier.
Uh,
Hmm.
uh-huh. Angie, can you please add it to Julie's calendar and remind her, please?
Yeah, we'll see.
Crickets. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
What if I dyed my hair pure purple?
do it.
I don't think my hair would survive.
I think it would. Sophia wants to dye her hair
Oh, so we know
purple.
who she, oh, so we know who she wants to be like.
Yeah, my
We know
brother's
who
having
the
a fucking heart attack about it.
we know who the influence in her life is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Does she want to
yeah.
host a podcast too?
She probably does. Oh, Sophia, she cracks me up. But she does. So Ashley, the girl who does my hair, gave me a purple wig that she had that she used for like a
Oh,
bachelorette party. And she's like, you should give it to your niece because I told her that she wanted to get her hair done.
uh-huh,
And I did, and I gave it to Sophia, and oh, she's obsessed with it. She wants to wear it
uh-huh,
all the time.
uh-huh,
She's so obsessed with it. And then she told her dad that she wants to actually dye her hair. And then she was like, see, now we know it looks good. Like, oh my God, this kid. Yeah, she wants to, but my brother is like, we'll talk about it when you're older. We'll talk about it when you're older. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that is so cute.
Adorable.
That
Yeah,
is
she loves
so
it.
cute. Oh my gosh.
Kiddos.
Wow.
Kiddos.
Okay. I mean, it does look really good. The color
Thank you.
fits you perfectly. Had you
Thank you.
you had other colors before, no?
Hmm. I had a blue, I had a
Uh-huh.
pink.
I remember the blue. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom said I'm not allowed to do those colors anymore.
Why?
She said they don't look good. So
Mom?
yeah. Oh, my mom does not give a fuck. She
Uh-huh.
will tell you that you look like trash. Um, but she says she agrees that purple's the way to go.
And do
She's
you
like, purple
match
just
your
looks good.
nails to the hair every time?
No,
I
this is pink.
okay, well, I'm colorblind, so be a little bit respectful, please. I mean, the colorblind community is sensitive about certain
I'm
things.
sorry.
And
I'm
and and
sorry.
and
It's
ironically,
pink.
we would like to be visible, okay? We would like some more visibility.
Apologies to the colorblind community.
Thank you.
My nails are pink though, but
Okay.
so the
Hmm.
answer to that is no.
Okay.
I don't match my nails to my hair.
Do your nails have a design? Can you put them up to the camera?
Yeah, they have little flowers on them.
Uh-huh. And how often do you go to the nail salon?
I can push it every 3 weeks.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get your toes done too?
No, I don't touch my feet.
Oh, really?
We are not feet girlies over here. Don't touch
Uh,
them. Don't look at them. Don't even think. Actually, if you could pretend I don't even have feet, that would
mm.
be ideal.
To me, there's nothing like getting a pedicure.
Oh,
Mm.
I went and got my nail when I went and got my nails done, because I did it the same day that I did my hair. I went and there was this girl, she looked like a teenager with her parents. They were all three of them were getting their feet done. Oh, she was dying. She was cracking up when they were scrubbing her feet, and she felt so, and she kept apologizing, but she couldn't stop like
Hmm.
writhing in her chair. It was so
Hmm.
hilarious to watch. And her parents, I guess, knew this was going to happen. So they were cracking up as well. And the girl was like bright red when it was happening. Oh, I felt so bad for her. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I can't help it. I'm like, oh my God.
She
Sucks to be
wouldn't
you, girly.
survive.
No,
She wouldn't survive
no,
when the world starts to implode.
no, she
But that's
wouldn't.
fine. Only some of us will. Um, you should give it. You should give it a shot one time.
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
We don't like people. I hate feet. I
What if
hate it.
what if a man was like, I want to suck on your toes?
I'd be like, you're disgusting, get out of my face. Actually, no, I don't kink shame. I don't kink shame. But no, no, no.
Mm,
We're no. We're not compatible then.
uh-huh.
I don't actually just pretend I don't have feet. I don't
Uh,
like feet.
uh-huh.
I don't even like when like other people's feet touch like my thigh, like touching my feet, like if you're touching my feet, fine. If I
Oh.
teach you, but if your foot is touching like my thigh or something, other than Sophia. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
because she's like a kid or like kids, like because they're fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
But like a grown up touching
Mm-hmm.
their feet on my skin,
Mm-hmm.
we're fine. And my brother thinks it's fucking hilarious, and I hate
Mm.
it.
Well,
It's like the
he
one thing that will get me in, like actually upset. I'm like,
well
oh,
he
we're ha 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 haing.
that's why he does it.
I know, I
You
know.
could you have the power here, Julie. You could say that doesn't bother me.
Even
And then
socked feet, though, like
socked
it's not.
feet.
Yeah, it's like even like it's just. I know your feet are under it. I don't like
To those who have foot fetishes, we
it.
apologize. Um,
I don't. I'm just kidding. Look, to each their own.
right,
Everyone has
right.
weird things.
Uh-huh. So you're
Um,
saying people who are into feet are weird.
I think there are a lot of kinks that are weird.
Uh-huh.
To me,
Uh-huh.
you're not gonna make me say that feet is not weird. Feet is weird.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not gonna apologize for it.
Okay. I was just
I'm
curious.
sure that if I was upfront about some kinks, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a little weird, girly."
Oh, if you shared your kinks with us.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's
I'm not
fine.
gonna. Moving on.
Uh,
What are Adrian's weird kinks? Let's talk about that. Adrian, what's the weirdest kink you think you have?
well, it's tit for tat, Julie. If you're not gonna share, I'm not gonna share.
Okay,
There's a
you
lot of
tell
people who
me, and
listen
then
to this
I might
podcast.
tell you.
Huh?
I said,
No,
you tell me, and then I might tell you.
no, listen. And I'm not, it's not because I'm not willing to share, but
Interesting.
there's certain things that maybe should not be put out into the ether where
I think
there's a
that's
lot of
true.
there's a lot of people who listen to this podcast that I see on a regular basis.
Okay.
Um and maybe they
What does
don't
that
need to
mean?
know maybe they don't need to know what my dirty little kinks are.
Why?
I'm not a porn star.
Are they going to look at you differently? Because that's not the kind of people you need in your life.
Ah!
First of all, you you need to have friends in your life that you're going to tell them your dirtiest fucking kink, and they're going to be like, you know what, bitch, you do you.
And maybe they
I
do
love
know.
that for you.
Off air, Julie. Off air.
Fine. Fine.
Julie, I am a
Let it be
pillow.
known, Adrian doesn't want you guys to know anything about him. Okay? I'm trying to help you guys out to get to know him a little bit better. And he said, you know what? Fuck everyone that listens. I'm not saying a damn thing. And honestly, his words. So
This is my ship. I'm in control. So I don't
so
know what to
let it
say.
be known you're not welcome on the ship. So
Nobody asks me any questions over fan mail, so
I'm asking you questions right now and you refuse to
that
answer them.
question is inappropriate, Julie. That question is inappropriate.
Okay.
And you should really look at
And our
yourself
fan
and think
mail
about
is
what you're doing.
inappropriate constantly. I don't think we've gotten one appropriate fan mail since we started doing it. I'm just kidding. Our fans are
Um,
wonderful. I think so. Who knows what Adrian thinks?
Wait, what did you say? Who's
I
wonderful?
said our fans are wonderful. I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I think some of them are wonderful.
Some of you. Wow. Let's
I'm
help
just
you
kidding. I'm
dig
just
that hole.
kidding. Everyone, I'm just kidding. We're a-okay. We're all okay. No,
Uh,
listen, I'm willing to share.
mm, clearly not.
I'm just not going to share what my kinks are at this
Mm,
at 9 in the morning on Saturday. Um
interesting.
I don't know what to say. Listen,
No, it's fine.
listen, listen.
I'm listening. I was trying to listen. You wouldn't divulge anything.
I
I'm
was
just
gonna talk
kidding.
about my Asuka. I'm just gonna wait.
Okay.
Um anyways. Okay, well what else do you have going on?
I do want to make something clear about last week. Last
Oh.
week, when I re-listened to our podcast, I was like, everyone's gonna think I'm the soulless bitch that thought she was pregnant and didn't tell this guy for forever. And I want to come on here and confirm that he did not give a fuck and he was
Oh
not
my
thinking about it. There was not a thought in his brain that involved pregnancy in me for the 2 weeks that we didn't talk. I want to come on here to confirm that I was right in ignoring the situation because any conversation that would have come from it was going to be frustrating and irritating. So I just want
Okay.
to come on here and say, I just knew in my heart how I
Uh-huh.
needed to handle it because this human being has shown me time and time again that
Uh-huh.
he just doesn't think. The
Uh-huh.
brain stops thinking at some point throughout the day, and
Uh-huh.
he's a-okay with that.
Uh-huh.
And it's fine. Uh-huh.
Is he a man?
Yes, that might be the
Uh
problem.
mm,
That might be
mm-hmm.
the problem.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's fine. And I know my tone may be confusing. I'm actually not upset about it. I think it's funny because I did know. And then for a minute I like felt like shit about it. I was like, damn, maybe you should have reached out to him. Because let's be honest, Adrian tried to make me feel like shit about it.
Okay,
Okay.
first of all,
Let's be honest about the way
okay.
the conversation went. Time it, pull
Okay.
up the tapes. He knows because he listened and he seems to have a photographic memory when it comes to our episodes. So
Kind of.
um you definitely did try to, it's fine, but I knew better.
Okay. Should I speak now?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I my intention was not to make you feel bad at all. Was my
The lie detector
intention
says
wait,
that's a
hold
lie.
on. Was my intention to put you on the spot a little bit? Yes. And I'll be honest and transparent about that. And those are one of my kinks. Um but I didn't mean to make you feel bad about it.
I don't, you didn't. It was like
I
the thought was in my, you put the thought in my brain and then it spiraled
I
in
think
my brain.
I made the assumption that I put a little bit too much weight on
Mhm.
this man and too much
Yeah.
concern when I shouldn't have. I
Um,
thought as a normal
sure.
human being, he would be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
she could be pregnant." But
Yeah.
guess then maybe I guess he does this a lot.
I don't know about that. I
Not me
think it
defaming
really
his character again. I just can't stop. I'm so sorry. I can't stop. And I hope he listens to this so he can hear me.
he definitely does not.
Okay.
But I don't think it's I don't think it's necessarily that it does this a lot as much as it is that his emotional maturity is just not. It just wasn't a thing he worried about because it's not a thing that concerned him.
How old is he?
35 years old,
Oh my
36 years
God,
old.
Julie, I'm making a rule. I don't want you to see him ever again. You deserve 1,000 times better.
Yeah, we're done there officially, she says for the 7,000th time. And
Uh-huh.
look, let's talk about something really quick.
Uh-huh.
I am not this person. I want to be
Uh-huh.
clear. I am not a person that sticks around with people after they've shown me time and time again that they're not nice. Not he is a nice human. When we're not at the same level. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not one that allows people to treat me. Baby, I'll cut you out in 2 seconds. I'm not going to think twice about it because I don't let people mistreat me. And if we're being honest, we're going to be honest because that's what I am on this podcast. Because I do open up here. The sex was too good. It was
Mm-hmm.
too good. It was too, I saw stars
Mm-hmm.
constantly.
Mm-hmm.
He was blowing my mind every single time. And I've
Mm-hmm.
just never had good sex.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be upfront about it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
not a thing that existed in my life before him. And so then I met him and the sex was so good and literally
Mm-hmm.
mind blowing. I cannot emphasize that enough.
And I
That I
know
was
she's
like,
telling the truth.
yeah, yeah, it wasn't, he was there. No, but
I was not. I
I'm
wasn't
just kidding.
invited.
I'm just kidding. Oh my God. Everyone is surprised we're filming at 9 a.m. We're really on one today. Um, anyway, it was really, really good. So I kept excusing a lot of behavior because the sex and the chemistry was so good
And that's
in
okay.
person. It's so okay. It's so okay. But you know me and my heart, they seem to be my vagina and my heart, they seem to be connected. They cannot, it's not a thing that I can compromise. So after the pregnancy scare, and I took a step back and I said, is this something that you want to continue? And when I text him and was like, hey, spoiler alert, not pregnant. And he was
Mhm.
like, didn't think you were, wasn't even a thought in my brain, essentially.
Oh, I don't like
I was
him.
like, I was like, yeah. And then I thought about it more. And I was like, it's that thing with like that one person where like I'm feeling like shit more often than I'm not feeling like shit. Like I'm feeling
Mm-hmm.
dismissed and not understood and
Mm.
like I'm talking to you, like I communicate with you like I would communicate with Sophia, and she has more emotional maturity than you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I explain things to you like in a gentle parenting kind of way, as
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't like it when I have to text you 3 times to see if we still have plans. I would like it for you to reach out to me to confirm, that kind of stuff. That's like, is this not common sense, bitch?
Mm-hmm.
And to say, oh yeah, let's hang out on Wednesday. And I'm like, what time? After 7.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? So I'm just supposed to wait around after 7 o'clock and wait for you to decide that it's time to hang out. It was like little things like that that I'm like, you are definitely feeling discarded. Though it
Mm-hmm.
was just sexual, it's like, well, I would like a little bit of kindness to go along with it.
Absolutely.
So we're done there. And I
Especially
was
from a 35-year-old man.
especially from a 35-year-old man. Especially 35, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get this shit together. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I just and he oh my God, he would tell me that I was gaslighting him when I would
Mm-hmm.
freak out, like not freak out, but like get upset over the lack of communication. He'd
Mm-hmm.
be like, "Why are you treating me like?" And he would use the word gaslighting,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, am I asking for ridiculous thing? I don't think I'm asking for too much. If a man makes you feel like you're asking him for too much when you're asking for the bare minimum,
Mm-hmm.
stop going back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Stop going back to him. And so, and I think the guy that I went on a date with from Tinder, Adam, I
Mm-hmm.
think he made me realize it a little bit more because before we even met, he was doing things that were so above and beyond
Mm-hmm.
kindness that I was like, this person would never, ever, I would never even feel comfortable being like, hey, do you think you could go to Amoeba? I would never do that because I
Mm-hmm.
know the answer to that. Um, so it's not gonna work. I was sad about it. This whole week I've been a little bit sad because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I think it really, well, no, it is over. It really
Mm-hmm.
is over.
Mm-hmm.
And it does make me a little bit depressed. But I think the more I unpack it, it's like, well, I'm just depressed because I'm not gonna get laid regularly.
Well, you can.
Because even when he comes over, I don't like talking to him because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I know something's gonna be said wrong, and now we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get in a thing because
Mm-hmm.
we're tensions are already high when we're not together.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's not what I want.
And it's not what you deserve. I would like to
Right.
apologize.
You
I'm
don't
so
have to.
sorry.
I
No,
was
I'm
totally
no, no, no,
joking.
no, no, no. I'm sorry because who the fuck is he? You know?
No, no, I don't accept your apology because you don't need to apologize.
Well, I want to.
Okay, fine. I'll allow it. But there was no, I wasn't telling you ever like this is how it really is. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right,
And
right.
given the information that you were given.
Right. Well, and I apologize for assuming that this man was more than, not that I knew that he was, because we've had many conversations about him.
Right.
But hmm,
But I
yeah.
appreciate that you thought that that's I would be involved in something better. Like I do appreciate. I love you for that.
Well,
I
because you
love you
deserve
for that.
better.
Thank you.
You
Thank
deserve
you.
better. You deserve the amoeba. Let me go get you the tickets.
Right. Right.
Now, if that's what you want,
Right.
because if you don't want Mr. Amoeba, then next.
Right. That's also over. So
Okay.
yeah,
I
it's
figured.
been a rough week. It's been a rough week.
But that was because you decided it was
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We're gonna keep trying. We're bound
Absolutely.
to find someone.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo. Thank you for the
Mm,
update.
what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Okay. Well, what would you like to know about me?
I wanted to know what kind of kinks you have. What's your dating life like?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna say unexistent because you've been working like fucking crazy.
I know Julie's like, "Can you do this?" And I'm like, "I'm working." Um,
Crazy.
I deleted. I mentioned on here. I deleted my Tinder and my Bumble and my
Mm,
Hinge a couple of weeks ago. Um, all I have are Grinder and Scruff, but I'm gonna
mm,
delete those too because I don't know.
right.
I don't. Yeah.
Maybe we could try going outside to meet people. Have we thought about that?
I'm
You know,
also
this
not.
is the uh-huh.
I don't need to meet anybody, to be honest with you. I'm not looking to
Oh,
meet
okay.
anybody right now. So
I am.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we could take
And
you out.
my problem is that a lot of my friends are married
Uh huh.
or gay, so
Uh
then we're
huh.
going to gay places,
Uh
which I
huh.
mean, if I could find a woman, but they don't like bisexuals. But so um
There's a lot of straight men in WeHo.
where sway?
They're
I haven't
there.
seen a one, not a
Who did I
one.
just meet? Did I feel like I met? I felt like I met somebody that was a straight man.
Mm,
Huh.
just the one.
I only meet one every quarter. Um, I feel like I met somebody and I'm like, oh, we need to fix you up with somebody, but I don't remember who it was. Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Yeah, I don't. And then all my married friends don't. I'm like, hook me up with someone, but don't make it lame because then I'm gonna blame you. And then what?
Mm.
And then what? So I don't know. I saw this TikTok of this girl that found her her like community baseball team and
Hmm.
started going to their games, and then she found someone, and I was like, oh, let me find a community. I don't know, a game. I don't know about baseball because then I have to sit through baseball. No one wants to do that. So maybe I need to find a different kind of team that I could go watch, and then
Uh-huh.
maybe something will happen.
Uh-huh. Wait, so you have a friend who goes to watch like a
No, it was
recreational?
a TikTok I saw of this girl that
Oh,
went, yeah, she saw like a yeah,
like
recreational
uh
team. Yeah.
uh and then did she know anybody on the team?
No.
So she just went
Just
to go watch and then she met this
went
man?
to met a man
Huh.
and now they're dating.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I
But
guess you gotta like go outside and put yourself out there. I don't know. There might be something to that. I haven't explored that too much because that would involve me going outside. And every time I have free time, like yesterday I had a free day. I cleaned my
uh-huh.
entire apartment and it looks great now, thank you.
Uh-huh.
But every time I have some free time, I'm like, I could go somewhere. Or The Bear just dropped and I could just watch that all day,
Uh-huh.
you know? And
And
then especially on my off Fridays, everyone I know has work.
mm-hmm.
So like now I'd have to go out by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to people?
Mm.
Strangers? Stranger
Mm.
danger.
Right. Um, I don't know how to help you there.
I don't know how to help me either.
I mean, how badly do you want it?
You know what? Lately, I do feel like I kind of really do.
Okay.
I
But
go
you're,
back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, I
yeah, I
want it to
mean,
feel
uh-huh.
like immediately. Like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I think if we're being honest, the thing with
Please.
the other man,
Uh-huh.
I think that that was my problem, that it was instant. And I felt like I
Mm.
kept chasing that initial first weeks where I felt like, oh my God, I found a really good human and we get each
Mm-hmm.
other. And I don't really know what happened to that version of him,
Mm.
but he quickly disappeared. But there was and I remember that feeling. I remember the day we were sitting on my couch. And I think I texted you guys about it. There
Mm-hmm.
was like a day where I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm falling for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a very electric
Yeah.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like he felt it too. And I was like, whoa, this is what people are talking about. Like I feel
Mm-hmm.
it. And then I feel like after that initial faded, I kept chasing it. And now because I know it exists and I know I felt it, now I just chase it with everyone. And I just haven't been
Right.
able to. And if I don't feel it instantly, I'm like, well, this isn't it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay. I'm gonna listen.
I'm not gonna ask you how much you paid for your hair. We'll keep that private. But I
Okay.
know that it's a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
And you can't let that money go to waste. You need to go outside and you need to meet a man who can appreciate the beautiful hair that you have. So I'm going to leave you with homework.
Oh God.
Class, everyone, take your notebook out. Um, I want for next week.
Okay.
I want you to make plans with one person
Okay.
to go outside. You could choose whatever you want to do.
Right.
I would say maybe like a dinner or something.
Okay.
Just go outside.
Okay.
That's it.
I feel like throwing up a little bit just thinking about it. Okay, to be clear, I do go outside. But you know what it is? I
with the
do go outside.
intention, with the
Right.
intention,
Right.
with the correct intention,
Yeah.
with the correct intention.
You know, my manager, Jenny, love of my life, she's phenomenal, phenomenal human. Shout out to Jenny. She doesn't listen to this, but I love her so
Or
much.
Jenny, do you?
No, she doesn't. I feel like she would have told me already because I've said some ridiculous things on here. But she told, the day that we what? No, what are we thinking about the same thing?
Maybe.
About the crush?
Uh-huh.
Oh, she knows about it.
Okay, but
Um,
also I'm thinking that maybe that are you like mentally blocking yourself of like because you have a crush on somebody that you're like, you know, not allowing yourself to.
no, because I feel like I want it more because I have a crush on someone that I shouldn't have a crush
Uh-huh. So
on.
you want to meet somebody so you could get over the crush.
So I don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Did
I'm
I
not
tell
a
you he listened to the album that I recommended?
listen, I'm not a therapist nor a psychologist, nor have I ever been in a
Interesting.
relationship, but I'm not sure, and I mean this with the
Mm.
utmost respect,
I
Julie.
see where you're going,
I'm not
and I'm
sure.
gonna stop you right there.
Okay. Okay.
I I see what you're gonna say. Okay,
Uh-huh.
touche.
Okay. Okay.
I think we'd all agree that I need to get over this crush,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Agree with me, please.
I said yes.
Okay, good. I think we'd all agree. And I don't think I'm searching for, I mean, I've been searching for it before I realized there was a crush. But
Mm-hmm.
now it's like I do feel a little bit of urgency because it's growing. It's
Uh-huh.
getting legs. It's getting legs. And he listened to an album I recommended. So that was really the thing that sealed the deal for me. And I was like, I need to get away from the situation mentally, emotionally. Like it's not good for my brain. And I will go into Delulu land like you wouldn't believe. I'll become delusional in a second. And
Mm-hmm.
Jenny doesn't help with that. Let me be clear.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
like Jenny. Jenny's like
No,
Jenny's like me. We're pushers.
she is a little bit of a pusher. So I was gonna say when I went to the Hosier thing in Long Beach, I went to by myself and it was right there in
Uh-huh.
that area with like a bunch of restaurants and well, I don't know if you know, but in that there's an area like 4th Street or something. There's a bunch of restaurants and bars and stuff. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, I want you to after Hosier go have dinner by yourself at one of these bars and
Mm-hmm.
like just be alone and
Mm-hmm.
open to conversation if someone were to come up to you. And I could not do it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, well, one, I felt like I was gonna pass out because we were waiting in line for like 500 hours. So I was like, I just need to go home.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like even if I was fed and my blood sugar was normal, I probably still wouldn't have been able to. I felt like so much anxiety at the thought of like exposing myself, which I wasn't, because who would
Mm-hmm.
have even, people don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, there
Okay.
goes that fucking loser. No one thinks
New
like that.
new homework assignment.
Oh no.
I want you to go to dinner by yourself to a restaurant. You could sit at the bar and have dinner there.
I
Just try it.
don't like
Just
that
try it
idea.
once. Just try it once. Just try it
What if
once.
people point and laugh? And then what?
First of all, Julie, this isn't a movie. No one is gonna
I'm just
point.
kidding.
Do you know how many
I'm just
people
kidding.
eat dinner by themselves at restaurants every day?
And do you know how many times I point and laugh? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, okay.
I
I did make a summer bucket list, and on
okay.
there is go on a solo date. So I cannot guarantee
And
that
it
it's
can't
going to
and I
happen next
don't want it
week.
I don't want it to be the movies.
What do you mean?
You can't do your solo date as the movies.
Okay. Well,
It has to
you
be in
caught me.
addition. In addition,
Okay.
you
Okay.
need to go. And I want you to report back next week. The only excuse is if you don't have time next week, and I will take that. But within the next month, I want you to go on a solo date, and I want you to report back, and I want photos,
Okay. I'll do it.
and I want you to share your location with me. um, I will say this,
Okay.
if I may be so bold.
I'll allow it.
you know,
Mm,
sometimes love shows up on your doorstep when you had no idea that it was going to arrive today.
right.
And, sometimes you get a crush on somebody that you didn't think you were going to get a
Stop.
crush on.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
I'm just
No.
saying that sometimes, sometimes a crush may come out of nowhere. And
Here's the thing about the crush. Okay, everyone. This is a pattern of behavior that I've had in my life where there's a grumpy man and there's me. And they're in a position of power, and I
mm-hmm,
am essentially a subordinate to them.
mm-hmm,
And there's a crush that evolves. And it's always, always, always a thing where you cannot pursue for a plethora of reasons. Mostly because, I'm a subordinate and he's their manager. It never works out.
mm-hmm,
It never works out. But I can recognize that it's a pattern of behavior where there's a grumpy man and then there's me.
mm-hmm,
And they gravitate towards me because I don't know. I don't know. But it is a thing where it's like, okay, they're coming to me and they're
mm-hmm,
talking to me and I'm just sitting here. I'm at my desk
mm-hmm,
and they're coming to me to talk to me
mm-hmm,
about movies, and that'll do me. That'll do it.
mm-hmm,
And TV show. And then if I recommend something and they watch it, forget about it. Crush guaranteed. That's all you have to do. If that could be a love language, that would be my love language. If I recommend something to you and you watch it and then you come and tell me your thoughts about it,
mm-hmm,
you're not only did you watch it, but now you're coming to me so we could discuss a thing we both watched together. Immediately what?
mm-hmm,
Immediately. It takes 2 seconds. I'm there.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But this is not a
Taking
thing that
notes.
can be pursued. It's kind of this is a thing that cannot this is a thing that cannot be pursued for a plethora of reasons.
I agree. I
Okay,
agree.
good.
The only thing I'm saying
Uh-huh.
is if
Okay.
one day
Mm.
they were like, "Oh, I like you."
Well, I think we both know that that's not a thing that can happen because of circumstances
Sometimes
that
you
would
don't know what's
prevent
happening in
them.
people's lives.
Sure.
People's lives change all the time, drastically.
That's true. That's true. And let
And
me tell you something about Jenny.
I,
Jenny has been having so many conversations with this person to try to find the hole in their situation. She talks to them all the so what's going on with yeah, constantly. And I'm like, you're not gonna
love
find
Jenny.
one.
Jenny,
You're
come on the
not gonna
pod.
find one. Oh, Jenny. I love Jenny. But she really roots for me in all aspects of work. In all of them. So
I want you to get a photo because I need to put a picture to the face.
okay, I will
And I'm
try
not
to
talking about
find it.
Jenny because I can picture
I
her
know.
already.
Yeah, she's adorable. I will try to find a picture for you. And when you see this human, you're gonna
Mhm.
say, of course you got a crush on him. It couldn't have worked out any other way than for you to
Mhm.
have a crush on this human that looks like this.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
mean, okay, I can already picture
Yeah. Yeah. But
it.
I will try to find you a picture.
Okay.
So you can laugh at me. Yeah. Because if anything, I am consistent and I am predictable.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Oh.
don't even have to show me the photo anymore. It's already burned into my mind.
I was telling Noah Can. Did you? Oh, I didn't send you the album. The
Oh,
album that I'm currently
uh,
obsessed with.
uh-huh.
I was showing Jenny a picture of Noah. I was like, this is the guy, the album I was talking about. And she was like,
Uh-huh.
oh. She was like, oh, oh. She's like, Hosier, this guy, this other guy. It's all making sense. I was like,
Uh-huh.
I know. It's a problem. It's a
Mhm.
problem.
Well, I mean, it's not a problem.
Sure. Sure.
It's not a problem.
Hmm.
You just have to find one that isn't the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
Or
problem.
yeah, one that is available.
Yeah. Great. Moving on. Oh, Oh God. I
Maybe
hope
go to
no one
church.
from work listens to this because they would be able to decipher exactly who it is with the little information that they have. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think any of these people listen to this. This is not about me, by the way. I
Okay.
used to work at a different place, and I had a friend who also worked there in a different department, and they had a blog. This is back when, the blogging
Uh-huh.
days were popular.
Uh-huh.
And this person had a particular blog that wrote about a crush that they had on a coworker that worked in a different department, on a colleague.
I love mess. I love mess.
And they and this person would write explicitly about dreams and fantasies, and never naming them.
Oh no.
um and so I had read the blog, and then this person and we got close. um
How did people at work discover the blog? Did she tell people about the blog or?
Not particularly. I think only if you like became friends with her, you would find it. I don't remember how exactly I found it, or if she shared it with me, but I had access to the blog. Um, and so we got close, and she shared who this person was.
Uh-huh.
Um, Long story short, this went on for, I want to say, like, years.
Damn.
Long story short, um, and they couldn't be together for
Okay.
multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, the person that was being written about
Mm-hmm.
ended up finding the blog
Oh my God, I
and
love
ended up
mess.
finding out that it was about them,
Oh no.
and basically had to tell them, um, you can't you can't do this anymore. You can't write about me. Like, it's very inappropriate. Like, I'm married with kids and we work at the same place. And like, you
I
can't.
would
Oh no,
kill
she
myself in front
died.
of them.
I mean, she
I don't
didn't
even.
die, but she died. What was also interesting, um,
Okay, wait. How do you know about this? Did she tell you about
she
this
told me
conversation?
this. Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't take that to my grave.
Who, me?
No, no.
Oh, I was
If it
like,
ha-
should
if
I be
no
telling
no
this
no no
story?
no no no, you are welcome to share. But if I were her, I would have taken it to my grave.
Oh, well, I think that there's something cathartic. She probably experienced a cathartic experience by letting it out and telling people. I haven't spoken to her in so many years. Um, but it was a it was an interesting experience. I mean, and how, like, I mean, could you imagine, like blog posts, by the way, blog posts, very well written, great writer. Um, yeah, turns out turns out
Uh-huh.
that she was also in an actual relationship with somebody at work, but they kept it low key because they kind of had to. They interacted with each other. Their departments interacted with each other a lot. I interacted with both of them a lot. Um, and I can't remember if I found out or if somebody told me. I do think I saw them out and about outside of work one day, and I was
Mm,
like, "Oh, this is interesting." Anyways, um, there's more layers to that story, but I can't I can't tell you about how to tell you off air. So remind me one day. But
absolutely.
yeah, yeah,
Damn.
like crush on this person.
I would like
And
to go on record and say that I am sane. I am not having, you asked me, you were like, do you think about that? Did you ask me on air? Well, if you didn't, well, now we're,
I don't
but
think
you were
I've
like,
ever
do you think? You did. You were like, "Do you think about this person when you masturbate?" You did.
No,
And I
I
was,
asked you
"Yes,
when
you
we were on
did."
the phone.
Okay, no, I know that now, but I'm
Oh,
like, did ask
I
it.
did ask you that question.
But I was
Yes.
like, "No, I can't because it just can't happen. I can't even my brain can't entertain that
Because
idea."
if you do it, then it'll consume you. Is that kind
I
of
don't
like
I don't even think my brain can do it. Like
mhm,
I can't fantasize about it because I know that it's not going to happen and I know that it can't happen and I know it'd be wrong for it to
mhm,
happen, so my brain doesn't even
mhm,
even if like Jake Gyllenhaal.
mhm,
It's such a stretch, but like when I found out he had a girlfriend, I was like, okay, well now he's cute, but like it's a
mhm,
different kind of my brain cannot function in a
mhm.
dirty way if I know you're
Are
attached.
you gonna are you gonna change the way you think about me when I get a man?
100%.
Oh my
I
God.
won't be able to masturbate to you
I'm
anymore.
never gonna
So
get a man.
yeah.
I don't want to do that to you.
Oh, thank you for always thinking about me.
You're
Um,
welcome.
but anyway, crushes, man, they are complicated, and work crushes are the worst
Mm,
because you have to see these people all the time,
mm,
and they're grand, they're great. I mean, obviously you're not gonna get a crush on an asshole, but yeah, but anyway,
crushes are
we're
complicated.
they are complicated, but completely innocent on my end. I want to be clear. I want to go on record and say completely innocent, fully aware. I know you're going to be shocked by this next sentence, but I am a fully functioning human being. I know everyone's like, "What? That doesn't sound like you." But I do go to work, and though there is a crush that exists, I'm not like fawning over him because I'm a human that has priorities. Um,
Absolutely.
though there was someone in the office that recently was like, "This person's always at your desk." And I was like, I want to be clear, they are always at my desk. I am at my desk and they're coming to me. And I was like, "Well, you happen to walk by often when he's by my," I was like, "But truth be told, all the guys come to my desk because they talk about movies and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
everyone comes here, and that's how the connection first started. That we would talk
Mm-hmm.
about movies and TV shows, and anyway,
Also, you can't help it that you have a radiant personality and people like to
I
talk
can't
to
help it.
you.
I can't help it. I was like, "Bitch, you're always at my desk." I was like, "So you're telling me this at my desk. So
Right.
what are we thinking about you?"
Right. I would go
Yeah.
visit your desk.
Yeah, no, a lot of people
I
do.
would want to be friends with you at work.
Thank you. I would want to be friends with you too.
I don't know if you actually would at work, but
I would.
you don't
Why are
know
you an asshole or something?
us.
What do you like?
I'm certainly not an asshole.
Then why would I want to be friends with you? Would you be mean to me? Would you be mean to me?
No, I would not be mean to you.
I don't believe you.
I would not be
I
mean.
don't believe you.
I would not be mean to you.
Okay. Christian, Alex, if you guys could send in voice memos to tell us what Adrian is like, I would love that. I would love that to happen.
Yeah, let's see if they do that.
Hmm. Hmm. Let's. Um,
um, okay. Well,
okay.
listen. May we
Okay.
always have crushes, right?
Sure. They're a fun time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Whew. Do we feel good about that? We feel better? We got that off our chest?
Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay.
feel good. We
All
got
right.
some homework. We got some things
And
out.
can you tell us what your homework is again?
Oh, I'm just kidding. Imagine to go on a solo date
Yes.
to a restaurant,
Uh-huh.
not a movie.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
it can't be like I'm gonna go eat at like I don't know Panda Express or something. It needs to be a restaurant where there's a waiter or a bar where you can sit at the
okay.
bar.
I appreciate the distinction, but I feel like
Well, I
I
just don't want
knew
you to
what a
cheat.
restaurant is.
I don't want you to cheat, and I want you to be like, well, yeah, I did go have. I treated myself. I even went to go do this and this,
Yeah.
and
Sat
it
in
was
the
a solo
subway
date.
and ate my sub right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay. Noted. We will work on that.
Sometimes you're sneaky.
You're
Okay,
right.
okay. Well, what could we do now other than some pop culture news?
Right.
It's time for the pop culture pop up. Those were good. Um, I mean, what else could we talk about other than
Mm.
the submarine?
Oh, Jesus.
It's been confirmed now that the people on the submarine have all died. Um, there was a 19-year-old boy on there. I forget
Yeah.
how many people were on there exactly. Was it seven?
I
I
think
don't
it was
remember.
5.
Five. Um, and Popcrave posted this that I screenshotted. 19-year-old passenger on the Titanic submersible didn't want to go on the voyage and was terrified, but agreed to do it
Yeah.
for his dad on Father's Day, a family member says. I mean,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I mean, listen, I know there's
Mhm.
a lot of jokes, but that is so sad to me.
That is very sad. And I'm going to say that is the only sad part about that.
Sure.
The 19-year-old is that's very sad, especially that he shared that he didn't want to go is very sad. I still laughed at the memes.
Right. Right. I mean, listen, I think that there is I don't know. There's I don't know how to articulate this well, but uh, I don't know. What do
Mm.
you have to say, Julie? You can continue.
Well, I was gonna say, I know there's a lot of discourse around not even what happened, but the reaction to what has happened.
Hmm.
Some people are very up in arms about the fact that people are making jokes. Some people continue to make jokes. I continue to laugh at them. This is what I think. I think that you are allowed to have empathy with boundaries. I think you're allowed
Hmm.
to put up boundaries around your empathy. They are using up resources that didn't need to be used. They're getting so much more coverage than that boat full of refugees that sank in Greece, I want to say, and
Hmm.
women and children lost their lives, um, and the submarine was top of the news, and the CEO was told repeatedly that this was not a good idea, that he shouldn't do it, and money and ego got in the way, and he decided that he was still going to do it. So I think I'm gonna laugh. I think I'm gonna laugh because I do think that it's funny that men with so much money chose to do something so fucking stupid, even though they were told, well, the CEO specifically was told that this was dangerous and shouldn't have happened. So, look, I do have a lot of empathy for the 19-year-old. I feel very bad for him. That's so tragic, and so tragic that he felt like it was not something he wanted to do and he was still doing it. Um, but you're not going to make me feel bad about laughing. I'm
No,
sorry.
right. I don't think anybody should feel bad. I mean, listen, these people went down there on their own accord, and
On their own.
we're apparently, according to what the waiver said, we're told that you could die multiple
Mm-hmm.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that I think it is crazy that people are even allowed to do this. I think um I took a class one time in college. It was called Rules and Regulations, and the whole
Mm-hmm.
class was about arguing should we have rules and regulations on the things, on like should the government be imposing rules and regulations on things. And sometimes it's like, well, fuck yeah, they should. Because
Mm-hmm.
like, how does somebody get away
Yeah.
with controlling this thing
Crazy.
with a game controller? I think it's
Game control. That's the wildest part of
I mean,
this.
I think the whole thing is absolutely nuts and absurd. Like the fact that you
Oh,
are deciding to go down there in this thing um is absolutely crazy. I also think that there would be no worst way for me to die than to die like this. For that thing
yeah.
to explode and for you to just die with the like I mean absolutely not.
Crazy.
Absolutely not. I would never in a million years go down into the ocean like that. You could pay me $1 trillion and I would say, no, thank you.
I
I,
can barely go in the ocean from the sand to the ocean.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, what are we, and are we not paying attention? The ocean is pissed. I mean, why do we keep going in it?
I mean,
The
I
ocean is
mean,
going through it. The orcas are pissed off. The sharks are eating people. I mean, they always have been, but they seem to be doing it at a rapid pace. The orcas specifically, they're getting smarter. They said SeaWorld ain't got nothing on us. We
uh,
unionized.
hello, they just had this documentary about this sea witch with uh she's the octopus. Her name is Ursula. I don't know. We saw it and I
Oh
saw the
my
movie.
God. I was like,
Just
what are you
kidding.
talking
I'm just kidding. It's the
about?
Little Mermaid.
Oh.
She said, I hate humans.
Oh, hilarious. Anyway, yeah, the ocean is mad. I'm not going in it. So good luck to you guys for continuing to do so. It's not going to be me.
Somebody showed a photo of the inside of this sub
Hmm.
something compared to the inside of what James Cameron takes down to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, and it was like it was night and day. I just I just I also I don't understand how somebody could be like could look at that, read the waiver, and be like, oh,
Worth it.
okay. Okay.
It's money, man. It fucks your brain up. It's just
I'm
this thing, this experience that you have the money to have. Like, and not a lot of people are gonna. So you have the money, you're gonna do it. So you can, in some world of your own brain, be better than all these other people because you got to do this one thing because of your fucking money.
yeah,
Insane.
it's so insane. And like what there's a whole fucking movie about this. What do you need to go
Bitch,
down there and
turn
see?
on Titanic.
What do you need to
Turn
go
on
down there and see?
young Leo DiCaprio, and you're gonna choose to go into the ocean instead of watching young Kate Winslet and young Leo DiCaprio. Fucking, y'all are wild.
Mm.
You are wild. I can't.
Yeah, it really is just it's so it's really really crazy to me.
Yeah,
Um mm, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I do
sad.
not know. I do not know. Okay. Next up on the pop culture pop up, Julie, you have news about a Britney musical, Britney Spears. What is happening?
There's a musical. Sorry, there's a musical on Broadway that is premiering. It is called Once Upon a One More Time. And it uses all of Britney's catalog as the music in the show. So two things. Britney has stake in the show's royalties through musical licensing and even submitted notes to shape the show's choreography. And according to one of the show's lead producers, Britney signed the contract after the conservatorship ended and that no one else in Britney's camp has a deal to receive profits. In 2019, Britney's father negotiated the initial deal. Okay, this is fun. Not funny, but interesting because I was like, I first read that Britney signed the contract after the conservatorship, and I was like, that's weird because I remember the show coming, the pre Broadway workshop went to Chicago, and I almost bought tickets for it a couple of years ago because Britney's catalog was going to be used. But it was when she was in the conservatorship, and I was like, well, I don't want to buy tickets to this because the money may not even be going to her. But apparently
Mm-hmm.
now the new deal says that the money is going directly to her. Um, Larry Rudolph, which was her old manager, at the time was slated to net a 30,000 check as an executive producer plus $1,500 per week. Insane. They were going to make so much money off of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now apparently all profits are going, well, not all profits, but Britney is getting the money that is due for her royalties in the music and stuff. And from my understanding, this is like the princess fairy tale stories using Britney's music to
Right. So
tell
it's
them.
not a story about Britney.
No.
They just use her music to tell the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I would watch.
100%.
I think I did it again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's so lucky. She's a star, and she not.
No.
No,
I think it's she tries.
doesn't she
But
knock at one point?
does she?
I think she does.
Oh, I haven't listened to the album in a long time, so
Okay,
you
then
might be
maybe
right.
you do need to
You
go
might be
see this
you might be
musical.
right. You might be right.
Um, okay, Brittany, come on the pod.
Brittany, come on the pod.
Okay, wonderful. Have you seen clips of the Waitress film musical?
I have. It looks
Uh-huh.
so good. I hope someone, I mean, they have to.
Did
Someone has
you
to pick it up.
did you ever watch it? The music
Yes.
uh,
I saw it in New York on Broadway with Jesse Mueller, who originated the role.
mhm.
That was a wild experience. And who else was it? Nick Cordero, the guy that died from COVID, the
Oh, uh-huh.
that was like best friends with Zach Braff. He also was in it when I went to go see it. And then I saw it when it came and toured at the Pantages as
Wait, so you've
well,
seen it three times?
twice.
Twice.
Nick and Jesse Mueller were
Oh,
the
I
same
see, I
show.
see, I see, I see, I see, I see.
And then Pantages.
Excellent. I
Mhm.
want to
Have you
watch
seen it?
it. No, I've never seen it.
It's such
I
a good
only know
show.
She Used to Be Mine.
Oh my God. The whole thing is phenomenal. Not one, I
Mhm.
mean, it's Sarah Bareilles, so
Right.
all the songs are so good.
Hmm. Okay. Excellent. Um, Julie, there's something about a Miranda.
Mm,
Is it Miranda or Marina?
Miranda. I'm so
Miranda.
surprised that
I
you
wrote
don't know who this person is.
I wrote Marina. Miranda, and she sings. Um, that's all I know. What's happening?
Interesting. So she was a Miranda Sings is a character played by Colleen Ballinger. And this person she was like in the early YouTubers, the ones that first took off, like in 2007, that group of YouTubers that really like made us a name for themselves. And she plays this character who is, I mean, as cringy as they come. You don't know
Mm.
this person, the red lipstick? She's been like on Jimmy Fallon, which is kind of wild. She's insanely um popular. One moment, I'm gonna show Adrian a picture because maybe he does know who this person is, or like he has to have seen the face.
Oh,
If he
okay.
hasn't, I'm gonna look.
I've seen the face. Yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen the face. But I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about her.
I mean, there's not. I'm so surprised that this human being is as popular as she is. There is nothing about her quote unquote comedy that is funny to
Mm-hmm.
me. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, it gives me secondhand embarrassment that a 30-year-old woman is still doing it. So Colleen Ballinger is being called out by people who were previously her fans for being inappropriate with minors. And
Oh.
there's a couple of stuff. She sent a 14-year-old some underwear. There, it said that the underwear is not used, but it was underwear that she bought. I think it's in her size, but she sent it to a fan who was 14 at the time. There was a group chat with a lot of fans on there, and Colleen was also in that group chat, and she would say a lot of inappropriate things, ask them about like their periods, ask them, or like one time this one of the kids who was 14 was like, my ass looks really fun, really good. in these jeans, and then Colleen was like, send us pictures. So that was that's weird. So there's like a lot of instances of people coming forward and being like, she was just really inappropriate with me. Then there's clips going around of her shows, which is like, well, y'all went to them. Why weren't we making an uproar about them when they were happening? But in her shows, she does like a thing where maybe she's trying to teach someone yoga. She chose someone who had a skirt on. They felt a little bit exposed on stage. She was also a younger girl, I think 15 at the time. So there's like a lot of instances of like she made a 9-year-old put his hand down her pants for a
What? Wait,
show.
does she make
Yeah.
content targeted towards kids?
So that's another thing. She kind of does. Her content is catered towards children. So there's a lot of allegations of inappropriate behavior that Colleen has had with her fans who were underage at the time. And initially there was one person, Adam, who came forward, who was the person that received the underwear, and they had I believe at some point done some like social media stuff for Colleen with no pay because they were a fan, and she kind of took advantage of that and used free labor to get some stuff done. And they came forward a couple of years ago and said, this is all the inappropriate behavior that was happening with Colleen. And then no one really believed them. And then there was like a lot of hatred towards that person. So then they went away. Then they came back and were like, now recently with the vengeance and saying, this is the proof. So now that he's releasing, like, that's how the group chats of show me, send us pictures, because he posted screenshots of group chats of conversations with Colleen. And then now it's coming forward from other fans who were in that group chat that the reason why Adam got so much hatred in that first initial allegation report was because Colleen was what's the word, getting like her little fans together
Mm-hmm.
to attack him and to
Mm-hmm.
like disparage the comments and the allegations that he was making. So it's just not looking good. Colleen is currently on tour as Miranda Sings. Again, a 30-year-old woman still doing this character is so
36.
hilarious. 36?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
According to Wikipedia. So she's
That is
probably
so
actually like
embarrassing.
40.
You know what makes me sad a little bit
Mm-hmm.
is seeing the YouTubers from that era still making the content they were making in that era.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes me sad. It makes me sad because more than often than not, if you look at their views, they have plummeted. They're not even near the numbers that they used to be, and they're holding on to any relevancy, which is, look, I get it. Content creation is very difficult, but the lack of growth deep into your 30s is kind of like alarming, especially for a character that was so cringy to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, is she mentally ill?
No, not that I know of.
She has 8 million followers on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
She has a child?
She has three, baby. She has three.
She looks older than 36.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then there's a video of her and her ex-husband where the video's like a selfie video, and he's
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the floor and she's laying on the couch behind him. But like, okay, go on YouTube and
Uh-huh.
go look at the, if you're listening to this on a podcast, because I can't describe it other than you seeing it. So pretend I'm sitting here, and then she's behind him. Look at me.
Sorry, I'm looking at her Instagram.
She's behind him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and like reaching over. So like her hand is going like this. And
Uh-huh.
she's like jacking him off in the
Oh
video.
my God.
But like the video's just their faces. But he's like giggling and you can see her arm. And the video was posted.
I don't want to talk about this lady anymore. She gives
Isn't
me
that
the creeps.
crazy?
It's
Yeah, no,
weird.
it
It's
is.
very weird.
It's very weird. It's
People are
very
not
weird.
right in the head.
No.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miranda, Colleen,
Yeah.
get your life together.
Bad news bears.
Oh my gosh. Let's move on to something happy, shall we?
Okay, let's.
Chemistry by Kelly Clarkson is the new album. It's out now. Julie,
Yeah.
how many times have you listened already?
I only listened to it once.
What?
The Bear premiered.
It's been
I've
a
been
full
busy.
24
I
hours.
know. The Bear premiered though. I've been busy.
Okay.
But I did listen to it once. Skip This Part is still as phenomenal.
Technically twice because we listened to it live
That's
one
true.
time.
That's true. What I will say is I think hearing the album live set me up for failure. Not for
Mm.
failure, but it just doesn't hit the same.
Mm-hmm.
It still hits. I want to be
Mm-hmm.
clear. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. I really loved at the concert, Skip This Part, it started a cappella
Mm.
and then it builds
Mm-hmm.
and that's not how it sounds in the album. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to, and I was really looking forward to that because
Mm-hmm.
I remember the feeling I felt when listening to the song,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hoping we would get that, and we didn't,
It'll be on the
which
deluxe
is,
version.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. It was a little disappointing, but I mean, it's still a phenomenal album.
Mm-hmm.
Her
Uh
vocals are fucking insane in it.
yeah. Yeah. I really liked the song High Road at the concert and I
Mhm.
like High Road on the album.
Love that. I love that. Yeah, all the other ones, they're similar to how they sounded in the concert.
Hmm.
But I do think that hearing them live and her vocals, the way they sounded that night,
Hmm.
does set you up for a little bit of like,
I think
oh,
she performed I think did she post those
yes,
performances on her
mhm,
YouTube page?
she did.
I see. I see. She's been doing a lot of press.
A lot of press, love that for her. You know what? She's lucky I went to that show because if I hadn't have gone to that show, I would have fucking hated the way she released this album. A song a
Mm.
week, bitch. A song a
Hmm.
week. We're fighting.
Uh-huh.
Hosier is trying to do the same thing. Hosier, I'm only listening to Francesca. Stop releasing music. I don't want to listen to anything else until the album is out.
I think that I think that this is the way they're doing it
I hate
nowadays.
it.
The record
I hate it.
labels. You
I
should
hate
write
it.
a letter.
I've written articles and
Oh,
I hate it. I hate the way that music gets released. There's no anticipation.
uh-huh. Yeah.
We've gotten half of it by the time we got the album.
Yeah.
How is
It,
that exciting?
because, because our attention spans are shot. And so
I don't think that's true. If we look at Un Verano Sin Ti was in the charts for an entire year. Like we can contain music or like we can give it longevity. I mean, sure, it has to be something phenomenal. And I don't think Kelly Clarkson would have. I understand, but I feel like you didn't even give mine or me a time to breathe. We didn't get a music video. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we
I think
didn't let
I
it.
I would assume I have no idea. I don't work in the music industry, but I would assume that maybe um it's like they're throwing things at a wall and they're trying to see what's going to stick, because if one of those songs had
Yeah,
become really popular then they wouldn't have released more music, but they're like we need one of these songs to go viral.
I hate it.
um
I hate it. I hate it.
mhm.
And I was like,
But do you
bitch, you are so
hate
happy
it?
so much. I was like, Kelly, you better be glad I already went to your show and I've already heard these songs, so it doesn't hit as much. But I can tell Hosier's trying to do it. He just released Unknown and he released Francesca a couple weeks ago. If you're gonna give us a song every week, Hosier, we're gonna start fighting, bitch, because I don't
Mm,
like that. And I haven't
Mm-hmm.
listened to Unknown because I don't want to. I want
Mm-hmm.
the album in its entirety,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can enjoy the music as it's intended in order,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can love it and really get a
Mm-hmm.
grasp of it. You know, I'll give you one or two singles, but he dropped the EP with the three songs. Then he dropped Francesca. And if you're going to put the EP songs and Francesca in the album, and now you're giving us another, that's five songs, bitch. How many songs does your album have, Hosier? Hosier, you know what? Don't make me angry.
Fight
I
him.
really, yeah, I will. I just don't like it. I want guys, send us a voice memo. Do you like that kind of, am I alone in this? Like, is everyone waiting around every week for them to release a new single?
I personally don't care. Like I don't have a thought
Right.
about it.
Interesting. I despise it.
Uh-huh. Well, but you want to have an experience when you listen to the album.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
I want to have an experience, and I think it loses anticipation for me.
Uh-huh.
Because then it's like, oh yay, three new songs. By the time the album's out, it's like, oh,
Right.
I get three new songs instead
Right.
of, oh, I get 12
That makes
songs.
sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
It's just exhausting.
That makes
Hoser
sense.
better thread carefully. If he releases one more, and it's hard to avoid, you know, because you'll be watching Hosier videos on YouTube, and it's like, oh, new song, and it'll autoplay.
I think uh, in the age that we live in now where there's so much content to consume and so many things to watch and listen to, I think the thought process is we need to continue to put things out so that people
Mhm.
continue to talk about it and have it be top of mind. Because if you
Yeah,
just put out the album all at once, then there's just that one opportunity to have that conversation. Whereas you've spent the last 3 months trying to be a part of the conversation. Does that make sense? I'm assuming that is what they're thinking.
yeah. That I mean, it makes sense.
Because they're not and I think that they're not necessarily trying to market to you, Julie. You are the type of
Right.
fan that is going to listen to the album no matter what. They're
Yes.
trying to market to the kids on TikTok and
Totally.
and
Totally.
so
Yeah.
yeah, you happen to get the short end of the stick here.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's fine. No, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You should. I think you should write a letter to the Kelly Clarkson show.
Okay, I will.
Okay, good. Um, in other pop star news, the long story of Dr. Luke and Kesha seems to have come to an end. Earlier this past week, they both released statements, um, joint statements. I'm going
Mhm.
to read them. And here's what they say. They both posted this on their individual Instagram accounts. And it starts with this. Kesha and Dr. Luke have agreed to a resolution of the lawsuit and have agreed to issue and post a joint statement regarding that resolution. In resolution of that lawsuit, Kesha and Dr. Luke each state the following. I believe the lawsuit here in question was that Kesha was being sued for defamation. Is that right? Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is what they both individually said. This is what Kesha said. Only God knows what happened that night. As I have always said, I cannot recount everything that happened. I am looking forward to closing the door on this chapter of my life and beginning a new one. I wish nothing but peace to all parties involved. Kesha. And then Dr. Luke said, while I appreciate Kesha again acknowledging that she cannot recount what happened that night in 2005, I am absolutely certain that nothing happened. I never drugged or assaulted her and would never do that to anyone. For the sake of my family, I have vigorously fought to clear my name for nearly 10 years. It is time for me to put this difficult matter behind me and move on with my life. I wish Kesha well. Dr. Luke. Julie, thoughts?
Um, this is so complicated. I
Mm-hmm.
don't believe Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe Kesha, even though she doesn't remember exactly what happened. There was an event that spiraled into what has now happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I hope she really is satisfied with this outcome.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were still in like a legal battle. Um, I mean, just a sad situation all around. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I hope that Kesha feels comfortable and that she can actually like peacefully in her own mind move on because I can't imagine having to relive this all the time and have everybody talk about this and that and whatnot and the other. So it's sad. I don't, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard when you don't, when you can't remember, but you know something happened. Um, it's hard when there's all kinds of things involved. And yeah, I mean, it's a very tricky situation. And I know that there
Yeah.
was, I mean, and I think a lot of people got involved. Um, there was text messages, I think, between Kesha and Katy Perry,
Lady Gaga, I think.
Lady Gaga. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad. But I do hope that Kesha can move on with her life in a way that is comfortable for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally on the pop culture pop up, BB Rexa and Ava Max were both performing last week in concert and both were attacked. BB Rexa had a phone thrown at her, hit her in her face, had to get 3 stitches. And Ava Max had somebody run up on the stage and slap her in the face and hit her eye or cut her eye or something.
Hmm.
It is a scary time to be a pop star. What is happening?
People have lost their damn minds. Concert etiquette is out the window. Movie etiquette is out the window. I mean, just people have lost their fucking minds. This is not I mean, this absolutely sucks for BB and for Ava, but this is a thing. I mean, when Harry Styles was in the States, it became a thing that people were throwing water at him on stage. And like he almost slipped at one point because there was water on the stage.
What is the
Just these
point?
well, to be fair, Harry Styles throws water on fans on his at his show. And I
Okay.
think it was like fans think sometimes we get each other. You know
Not
what I mean?
fans, psychos. These people are
Yeah.
psychotic.
Yeah. With BB though, the guy was like, yeah, I meant to do that. I thought it'd be funny. What are we? And then the Ava guy, I think, was like, I was trying to give her my number.
It's very
What?
weird.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I would never think to throw my phone anywhere that I couldn't easily get it back from,
Hmm.
for one. For two, to get on stage in the middle of a performance because you wanted to give a woman your number is so asinine. I- what is wrong with everyone? What are we okay? Because it doesn't feel like we are. It feels like we're fucked.
Right. I, I mean, these people are going to ruin it for everybody. We're not going to be able to take phones
Yeah.
into concerts. We're not going to be able to take anything into concerts.
Yeah.
I mean, just stand there and watch the show.
Just watch the fucking show, bitch. Yeah.
I mean, it is so ridiculous. It's annoying. It's
Yes.
frustrating. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't get it. I don't know why people are this irresponsible, this stupid, this
Mm-hmm.
selfish, this rude. Stay home, get some
Mm-hmm.
manners, grow up,
Mm-hmm.
become an adult.
Yeah.
It's very disgusting.
I
I hate
agree.
people. I hate people.
I agree.
Ugh. BB. I love BB Rexa, by the way.
Do you?
I
I don't think I've
do.
ever heard a song of hers. Hmm.
What?
I know. I know.
I love her. Ugh, BB, come on the pod.
Come
Come
on the
on the
pod.
pod. Ava, you can come on the pod too. I don't know too much about Ava Max, but come on the pod. I know a song or two. You've never listened to Ava Max either. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They're too puppy for you.
I love a pop girl. I think I don't think I listen to newer pop girlies. Like I'm
Mm,
stuck with like Britney and Gaga and
mm,
like that kind of pop music.
mm.
Mm.
It's good pop music.
I will believe you, and I
Hmm.
may listen to it at some
Mm.
point.
Yeah. That's okay. People make fun of me for listening to Baby Rexa, but I don't care. I
Why?
love Baby
She's hella
Rexa.
popular though, isn't she?
Mm, mm, yeah. She's
Okay.
Baby Rexa.
Okay.
Yeah. I love her. That's gonna do it for the pop culture pop up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture chisme. Julie, do
Mhm.
you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do have a Latinx spotlight. I am going to be a little repetitive because I hate to tell you, I am obsessed with La Casa de los Famosos, Big Brother Mexico. I cannot get enough of it, guys. It's actually a
Wait,
problem.
where do you watch it, by the way?
Twitch, I discovered you can find the 24/7 footage on Twitch. There are people that stream it
Where do they
24
post?
hours a day
Where do the actual episodes air?
in Mexico
No,
on a
oh, so we can't watch.
on a
Oh, I
channel.
see.
Yeah,
Christian just got started getting the TikToks too, and he also thought it was great.
it's phenomenal.
Hmm.
This is the thing about it is that well there's one specific situation that I'm personally quite obsessed with, and it is Wendy the trans woman and Nicola the man who seems to be a heterosexual man very clearly into her, and there's a
Hmm.
lot of discussion happening around this. This is
Hmm.
what I personally think. Okay,
Uh-huh.
this is my Latinx spotlight, is let people be attracted to whoever the fuck they're attracted to. Stop
Uh-huh.
forcing things to be labeled. There's
Uh-huh.
the he's like he touches her. She loves it. He
Uh-huh.
touches her boobies. She allows it. They flirt. He calls himself her husband,
Uh-huh.
and she gets jealous. She'll be like, you're talking to the women a little bit too long. Like they flirt very openly.
Uh-huh.
This is what I think, though. I do think that there's this need in the house and even outside of the house to define what is going on with Nicola. Like, what is it? Is he gay? Is he bisexual? Is he experimenting? Like, and Wendy also will think out loud, like, is he gay? He says he's straight, but he flirts with me, and all the other men are like, no, Nicola wants it. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes they've already said the 24 feed that I've been watching consistently. They've shown each other their privates. So
Oh.
I do think that Nicola is curious, but Wendy said something to him yesterday in the 24/7 feed that I was watching. Wendy was like, what did she say? She said something like, so, sometimes joking, she's like, sometimes you scare me. You get a little
Uh-huh.
too intense, like a little too grabby. Like you are, that's why I'm trying to stay away from you because you are starting to scare me. And then he says something like, oh, you should be scared because I'm a macho or something like that. And then
Uh-huh.
she said, like, ah, muy macho, but you want to see my dick, essentially, right? Like
Uh-huh.
muy macho. And that conversation I think is so important because I
Uh-huh.
think he can be macho and want to see your dick.
Uh-huh.
I think those two things don't have anything to do with each other. I think a
Uh-huh.
man could be masculine and
Uh-huh.
sure of himself and still want to see your penis. He
Uh-huh.
may even want to suck it, and that means nothing. He
Uh-huh.
is still a macho human being. And even that she has these ideas, right? That like, oh, you must not be as macho as you say you are because you want to see my dick.
Uh-huh.
That's such an interesting conversation to open up to a world full of machistas and a culture full of
Uh-huh.
machistas that now get to see this man who they've seen
Uh-huh.
on their, he's a known personality. They've seen on their screens with women, and he has a kid and he's dated women and he's very beautiful. He's a very handsome man. So
Uh-huh.
women go crazy over him. And there's this crazy phenomenon that's happening that I see in the comments and stuff of women, heterosexual women, being so fucking into Nicola because he's into Wendy. Because I
Uh-huh.
think it's dismantling this idea of masculinity and what is expected. And I think the fact that he is comfortable flirting with a trans woman and
Uh-huh.
showing him his penis,
Uh-huh.
and doing all these things is like, that's kind of fucking hot. That he
Uh-huh.
doesn't give a fuck. He's just like,
Uh-huh.
she's funny and she's a good person, and maybe I do want to touch her boobs, and maybe I want to see his penis, the
Uh-huh.
penis, and I think that that's such a great conversation to have in Mexican programming. It's
Uh-huh.
so interesting to me that we are allowing these conversations to happen because Mexicans specifically, and Latin America in general, is very known for their machista tendencies and their misogyny and femicide and all of these things that go against women and womanhood. And you have a trans woman opening these conversations to them is so exciting to me. I'm
Uh-huh.
like obsessed with it. And I'm trying not to look too much into Nicola because I think there something happened with him. He's from Peru. Something happened with him in Peru where like the country was against him. I don't really know what happened. I don't want to know too much though. I don't want to dig deep. I
Uh-huh.
want to know surface level. Give me the surface that he flirts with a trans woman and he's super comfortable with it. But I do think that I see his body language change when people change the conversation into you're into Wendy into, oh, you must not be that macho. It changes his body language is like, well, then I don't want to fucking do that. If you guys don't think I'm macho, if I'm flirting with
Uh-huh.
it, then he backs off a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But if it's just flirting, even if people are like, you're into it, huh? You're into her. He just smiles.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't deny it. He just goes along with it and he flirts. But it's when people start questioning his masculinity, when he
Uh-huh.
starts, I think, getting in his head a little bit about it. I think it's very exciting for someone to find out stuff about themselves and their sexuality. Even more exciting to get to witness that
Uh-huh.
live on television. It's so crazy to me. But it can only end horribly because people get voted off of this thing
Okay, I was
every
gonna
week.
say, is there there's a competition?
But they're on the same team.
Oh, I
So
see.
who knows? And then there's speculation, of course. Maybe he's doing it as this is a strategy. I
Uh-huh.
don't know though. He seems very like tierno, like kind. Like Wendy will be like, "Go get me my shoes," and there he fucking goes to go get, go get me this, and he goes to yesterday she was like, go get me my underwear that's in the closet the black one that I need. Went to go get the fucking underwear. She had to put on an outfit that they gave them,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't fit her. And he
Uh-huh.
was like trying to figure out how they could tie it so a boobie wouldn't go loose. And he's
Uh-huh.
like helping her with her hair, helping her do this and tie the thing. And I'm like, I've never been more attracted to a man
Uh-huh.
than this completely unadulterated, unapologetic. Maybe I am attracted and maybe I'm gonna flirt. And what the fuck is it to you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. It's when everyone else starts
Mm-hmm.
saying, between them, they're really good together.
Mm-hmm.
There's Yesterday they were sitting next to each other. They were sitting next to each other, and he like they're all on the couch. They're all on the couch, and they happen to be sitting next to each other. And he's like admiring something on her arm or something, and he goes and kisses her arm. Like, it was a cute little kiss on the arm, just a kiss on. And I said, Nicola, when you get out of that house, I will find you and I will fuck you. Because that was beautiful. That was beautiful. You know, those tender little moments. That's like this. I don't think this is a strategy. I think he genuinely, and sometimes he'll have conversations with the other men in the house, and they'll all say, like, I've never had a conversation with a trans woman. I didn't know what to expect. And like, I'm like obsessed with Wendy. Like, she's so kind and she's a good person, and she's been through so much, and her childhood was very difficult, and she is so happy and
Mm-hmm.
positive, and it's really changing the way that they would approach or think about trans women or trans people. It's such an interesting thing to happen in Mexican entertainment, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
obsessed with it.
Mm. How
So
lovely.
Twitch, La Casa de los Famosos, babes, when I tell you that I have this in the background 24/7, I do. Except when they take their little nap. Then it's like, now it's time for me to do my thing, because they're
Okay.
taking a midday nap. So then I'll go and do my stuff. Yeah, it's I don't love it. I
Uh-huh.
don't love how obsessed I'm becoming with it, because I
Uh-huh.
know I'm gonna get my feelings hurt when Nicola or Wendy get voted off. Though I do think at the end of the day, Wendy's gonna win the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
So
Ugh. Julie watching reality TV.
I know.
Lord have
I
mercy.
know. I know. Yeah, it's wild.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week is the other two on HBO. No, on Max, whatever it's called. Quality
Okay.
television. So good. Incredible. It
That's
used
what
to
I've
be on
heard.
yeah, it used to be on Comedy Central, and I watched the first season years ago. And then I just finished season 2 and just started season 3. There's 3 seasons on Max. The other two, it is I've never seen anything like it. It is
Interesting.
incredibly funny. It's
Okay.
incredibly smart. It's incredibly ridiculous. It's also very poignant and also very like
Mm.
um it just is it's about this kid who's like it's a comedy and like satire. um it's about this kid who he's like a Justin Bieber type, and he becomes famous. And everything is just over the top. It's ridiculous. And so then and then his family starts to get famous. His family becomes like an Oprah. She's like an empire. And then his sister manages them, and then the other two are the brother and the sister, the other two of the famous kid, right? Because
Mm.
they're like, well, what about us?
Uh-huh.
And it is just it's crazy, it's ridiculous, and it's incredibly funny, incredibly smart. And I couldn't recommend it more. The other two on
I
max.com.
love that. I love that. My azúcar this week is The Bear premiered on Hulu. Season 2 of The Bear. I'm on episode 3 or 4. Phenomenal television. I
Mm-hmm.
think last time I checked, it did still have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just phenomenal television. Jeremy Allen White is a gift. And I knew that because I watched Shameless, and I knew that he was phenomenal. It's just nice to see everyone else hop on that train. Um, though he has gone through some drama behind the scenes, with the little divorce that he got going on. But it's such good television. And Io, she plays the sous chef. I forget the character's name. So she's so good. She is so good. The Bear on Hulu, watch it. If you haven't seen the first season, it's phenomenal television. And it's cute little 30-minute episodes. It goes by like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
Excellent. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Well, that is going to do it for us. We reached the end of the episode. Make sure that you visit our website, youmeandchisme.com. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Make sure you watch us on YouTube. Make sure that you do all the fun things you could do with this podcast on the internet. Rate, subscribe, review, share, all those good things. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at You, Me, and Chisme. And make sure that you do all the things that you could do. Leave us a review. We would appreciate it. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, or if you have access to Apple Podcasts, and you could just give us a quick little rating, or comment on the YouTube video, or leave a review like LOL, or
Mhm.
or whatever it is,
Mhm.
that's fine. We would appreciate it very much. And yeah, we'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.